How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Yeah. Hey. Hello, 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 and welcome to my kitchen. I am doing my weekly cook, as I sometimes do with you guys. Oh, ignore any mess you see. We are a 5-person household, and as much as we have a housekeeper, there's only so much she can do to keep things tidy in this home. Okay? She tries. She tries hard. Oh, yes, she tries. But there's a lot of us, and there's one of her. And so, regardless of how much she tries, the house gets untidy fairly quickly after she leaves, truth be told. So, yes, ignore any mess you see. Just assume it is the house of a very highly functioning home, okay? We have home educators here all day. We school here. We just went out actually today, so that was cool. But sometimes this house gets a heck of a lot of use because there's a lot of us, and we spend a lot of time here doing school and doing things and such. Anyway, I don't know. I'm apologizing for my home now. I'm apologizing for my house. That's exactly what you wanted to hear, isn't it? Anyway, I am Rosemary Naughty Night, and this is, I'm not sure what this is. This is RNK Musings, this is RNK in the Kitchen, this is LLD. I'm not really sure what I called it actually. But it's about, I was thinking. I wanted to talk about this with you guys. And it may be short and sweet because as much as I always say that I'm going to cook and talk to you at the same time, truth of the matter is I end up just talking to you and then I don't actually cook very much. And I'm on a time crunch here. This is my Monday evening, somehow fit every single thing in type thing, because I don't like to cook before I have to. So then I try and fit in the cooking with mom's taxi, with everything else, and it kind of gets a little bit, a lot. A lot is going on a Monday evening in the night towers, for sure. Okay, so how to get everything we want, how to get everything you want. I'm speaking to spiritual people, right? I'm speaking to people who have faith or trust that their higher power, that source, that universe, whatever you wish to call it, is on your side. So those are the people I'm speaking to, because everybody else, this will make absolutely no sense to whatsoever. Or maybe it will, I don't know. I think it should make sense to everybody, but then I'm a spiritual person, so to me, this kind of thing makes sense. But I got to a thinking about how I generally always tend to get the things that I desire, okay? And sometimes, sometimes it takes a bit longer than I would like, but I always get what I want in the end. It always comes from somewhere in the end. Okay, and I feel blessed in that respect. And I thought, I was driving home and thought I would like to share some of this stuff with you. For instance, I remember once when I was wanting a particular job. I wanted it desperately, okay? Desperately. Every fiber in my being wanted it, and that actually is like one part of the equation here. You need to want what you say you want. I wanted this job, okay? I wanted it. I wanted it with every fiber in my being at that point in my life, okay? There was no reason to think that I could get it. There was no reason to think that I couldn't get it. But all I know is that I decided that I was getting that job. I didn't care how many people were applying for it. I was getting that job because I decided that I wanted it without a shadow of a doubt, and there was no other future for me at that point. Incidentally, because of course I did get the job, but after I got the job I decided actually there is another future for me. I don't want the job anymore. And then I met my husband, so it all worked out well in the end. But if I had gone for the job, I might not have met my husband at the time that I did. Ooh, do you like me pointing my knife at you? Hello, say hello, say hello. Tell me how you doing, man. Where you streaming from? Tell me. I want to know how you doing. Are you on a lunch break? Is this a good time for you? Should we try to have a chat around about this time every day? I don't know. You tell me. What are you up to? I want to know. And in case you don't know who I am, I'm Rosemary Naughty Night, although you should know. How dare you not know? Anyway, I'm chopping onions here. So yes, I wanted this job. And number one thing here, and I'm just going to be distilling this out as I go. I decided what I wanted. And that sometimes is a big issue for people. Hey, Narayama Swami, how you doing? Sometimes the big issue is that you don't know what you want. You've spent so long of your life, potentially, thinking that you cannot get what you want, so you stop wanting stuff. So when someone asks you what you want, you're not even really completely sure, There's kind of some, yeah, I kind of want this and I kind of want that, but it's kind of very vague. I'm glad you're fine, honey. Excellent stuff. And it's kind of very vague. So sometimes the biggest issue is that you don't actually completely know and are very clear on what it is that you want. And especially when I'm thinking about the big picture of your whole life, you might be thinking, you know, I can put up with this and I can do with that and I can settle for this. And that is most people's life, is that you kind of get to this point of settling. And especially we spiritual people, for whatever reason, we seem to think it's kind of evil to want what we want. And so we try to downplay it. We try to pretend we don't want what we want, that actually we'll be happy with less. But you're not really happy with less. You just think you can't get more. And so then you keep saying, I'm just going to have less. And it's so uninspiring to you that you don't bother. Ultimately, you kind of need to know what you want, what you really, really want. Remember that song? Tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. I wanna zigga, 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 ha. Or something like that. Who knows what that song meant. But anyway, you need to know what you want. I knew I wanted this job. I knew that I didn't care how many other people were coming for this job. I didn't care about how far it was from my home. I just knew that I wanted it because at that point, it felt like the thing I absolutely must have. Okay, so that's number one thing, is that you know what you want. Number two thing, and I think this is critically important, and it's just kind of dropped into my spirit right here, and I'm going to say it. And it's this: delight yourself in the Lord and He'll give you the desires of your heart. Now, that to me was very key. Now, okay, yes, I'm Christian, but you are spiritual in some way, right? You need to delight yourself in tapping into that relationship with your spirit, with spirit around you, with the universe. You really do need to have a relationship, an actual connection, that you're spending time actually getting to know spirit, okay? Getting to know spirit, not just what I want, but actually as an ongoing, everyday kind of, I'm walking in spirit all the time kind of thing. And I know it's not necessarily, I don't know if it is normal for all spiritual people to think this way, but I do think it's an actual. In fact, if you look at the video at the very top of my page, where I say we need to live at a higher standard, it's number one. Number one to me is that you are cultivating some kind of relationship with this higher power of yours, okay? Whatever that is. That you are developing some kind of, so you're able to have this communication, ongoing communication all through the day, so that as you're going through your day, you're always asking, what is it that I need to do next? What is it I need to do next? How can I show love more? How can I do this? And that becomes a running commentary through your life, and not even just about what can I do next, but that, because for me it's a back and forth kind of relationship. We have chats back and forth. To me, that is key, okay? So because this verse has played a big part in my life, the whole delight myself in the Lord and He will give you the desires of your heart. That to me, I think is very, very key. Because I still remember actually someone saying that to me, that, Rosemary, do you know that this is what the Bible says, okay? Delight yourself in the Lord and He'll give you the desires of your heart. It means that actually if you delight yourself in the inner man, if you delight yourself in that internal, in seeking out that internal wisdom, then the desires of your heart they start coming to you. It just happens, guys. And if you're Christian, you know, then I don't even have to, mince words. You know what I mean. If you're not, it doesn't matter though, because this stuff is accessible to anyone that chooses to know that you're not alone in this. You are supported. The universe is on your side. So it is available to you, okay? But you have to actually develop a spiritual discipline. Sometimes that's the part that we don't like the word discipline, we don't like all that stuff, but you need that. So that's number two there. So number one is know exactly what you want. Number two is actually delight yourself in discovering more of that inner and strengthening that inner man, inner spirit inside of you, whatever you wish to call it or whatever. Okay, so yes, so I wanted this thing and I really decided I was going to get it. So again, there was that decision, very clear decision, that this job is mine. This job is mine. So I wanted it, but then I really decided that there was no other future. There was no other future. This job is mine. And I think this is the big key here. Because yes, I did everything that I needed to do. So that I would say is like number 3 or 4 or whatever. Because I'm just distilling it as I'm speaking to you right here. That, I did everything I knew to do. Everything I need to do. So I could have sat on my awesome ass saying, hey, this job is mine, and then not gone for the interview. That would have been stupid. But people do that. It's obvious when we're talking about a job that, of course, if you want a job, you're going to have to go for the interview, right? However, People do that. So whatever it is that you want, they say, oh yes, absolutely, I'm going to be a successful business owner, spreading the message of love and sharing my product with the world. But then they sit down and wait for something. There's, okay, so something, they see on their Facebook feed, hey, come and learn how to run a business. No, I'm waiting for God. I'm waiting for the direction from Spirit to tell me what to do. I'll just sit here and wait. And so they're waiting and waiting. And it's like, no. You can see what is right there for you to do. You don't know how to run a business. Learn to run a business. You want a business. You don't know how to run one. Learn to run a business. You want a great relationship. You don't know how to get one. Learn how to do it, man. Do what you know to do. Do what you know to do. Nobody's going to come and find you for a relationship in your house. Okay? So you want a relationship. What do you know to do? Well, for one, make yourself available. Go out there. Go see where are the kind of people I want to be hanging out with. Okay, let's go see if there's somebody there that I quite like to have a chat with this evening. Do what you know to do. Okay? Do everything you know to do. I went for the interview. Not only did I go for the interview, I wrote follow-up letters. I think I was interviewed by about 5 people or something. I got all of their cards whilst I was there. And I made sure I followed up with them. I sent them all. I remember the key point from each of their interviews. I wrote down letters, follow-up letters to them. Was there email at that point? I don't even know. I sent them an email. I did everything that I knew to do. I went above and beyond the call of duty. I would imagine that most of the people that went for the interview did not do some of the stuff that I did, which was ultimately follow up very regularly, follow up even with the agency that was putting me forward for the job, just making sure that everybody knew that I was the right one for the job. So I did everything I knew to do. So that was number 4, is it? So number 1, you know what you want. Okay, you don't settle for some kind of less thing and tell yourself I can just about put up with something less. Number 2, you delight yourself in this. Number 2 needs to be a very regular thing, that you're always cultivating a relationship. You're always cultivating your relationship with Spirit, with universe, with God, okay? For me, it's Papa. I'm always cultivating a relationship with Papa and making myself available, because I know that as I delight myself in Him, as I delight myself in wisdom, the desires of my heart, but I don't even do it for that, okay? It just happens that that's a side effect. But I do it because I long for that intimate connection. And there needs to be that longing, that desire inside of you that goes beyond just what can you give me to, you know what, you created me. Let's talk, let me know you. That kind of a thing. So there's that. And number 3 is that you decide there is no other way to live. Basically, that this thing that you want is yours. That's it. It's like an internal, that's it. And number 4 is that you do everything that you know to do. But then number 5, and I think this is key, you set your mind like flint. And I think this is where even I drop the ball a lot. This is where there is no if I get this job. No, there was no if. There was when I got the job. Whenever there was even a slight hint of fear or doubt, I cast it aside, literally. Literally, if you'd known me at that point, you probably think I was slightly crazy. Because I was not allowing even a second of doubt to dwell in my mind. Not even a second of doubt. Literally, as soon as I'm done, this job is mine. This job is mine. This job is mine. This job is mine. I can even see myself going into that company now. I can see myself doing the work. I can see how amazing and awesome it feels and how great it is, and I can feel the money coming into my bank account, and it's just awesome, and there is no other way, man. Literally. And so it was a continual refusal to even indulge for a second the thought that it wasn't going to happen. No. It wasn't allowed to stay around my brain. It wasn't allowed to rent a space in my brain and keep, taking away. No. I decided what I wanted. I knew I was in the right relationship with Spirit, all of that stuff. I knew that. I did everything that I knew to do. I listened to intuition, listened to any guidance I needed to guide, but ultimately, I kept my mind fixed. And this, I think, is where we struggle as human beings. lots of things have gone wrong. Lots of things haven't gone according to plan. That childlike faith, that childlike trust, sometimes is really hard to find. And yet it's just a case of being conscious about where your brain is taking you. Being conscious all the time where your brain is taking you. I've said to clients, and I say to you, set a timer on your phone. If it's every half an hour, if it's every 5 minutes until you get used to every 5 minutes, you're checking. So let it just kind of beep at you. And you check, where is my brain at right now? Where is my brain at right now? Am I thinking about all the things that are going to go wrong? Or am I thinking about how my life is panning out the way I've decided that it is? Am I keeping my focus on the thing that I've decided is coming into my life? In fact, is it already a done deal in my mind? Is it already a done deal in my mind? And I'm reminded of the words that you just need the faith, the size of the tiniest seed. And if you can maintain that faith, you can trust that universe, spirit, high power, Papa will accelerate that faith for you. But you have to do your bit, and your bit is holding your mind so that nothing else apart from what you've desired is a possibility for you. And this is where the stuff comes in. This is where you have to eliminate all the victimhood. Oh, nothing ever works for me. Why should I believe that this will work for me? Oh, this, and even if I get the job, how am I going to even get to the job? And those were very viable issues for me at that point. How am I even going to get there? There are all of that stuff that will come in, that seems sometimes even very reasonable to think about that stuff. But you indulge it, next thing you know, if I get the job, fine. If I don't get the job, it's fine. And your actions start to show that, because you're not following up with anybody anymore, because it's part of you thinking, well, what's the point? I may not even get it, so let me not, put myself out too much so I'm not too disappointed. And this and that and the other. It's like, next thing you know, you're not taking much action, because I see that happening with business owners as well, with entrepreneurs, with creatives that want to write a book. And there's part of you thinking, so you indulge in the thought that, well, I've never written a book before. Nobody really wants to hear what I have to say. And it's just kind of a back thought somewhere. And so your mouth is saying, I want to write a book. But your head is saying, yeah, but who wants to read your book? And because you're indulging that thought, you don't really start writing a book. Maybe you write one day and you would speak to me. You get all like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to start writing a book. I'm going to write 500 words a day. Absolutely. And then you write it for one day. 2 days, maybe. 2 days, second day you're writing only 300 words. And then the third day you're thinking, who's going to read the book anyway? Look here, I have issues right now in my life. What am I worrying about a book for? And it's this little thought that is just kind of eating you alive, keeping you from your destiny. And you don't realize it's happening. Or you do realize it's happening, but part of you thinks it's reasonable to allow it to happen. Or all of y'all that are looking for ministry that you want to start, and you're thinking, yeah, but isn't there 20 million other people doing this thing? Really? Who wants to hear from me? Or is it your product or your service? Same thing. You allow this little doubt to plant a seed, and listen, the tiniest seed. Just like you need the tiniest seed of faith, and you allow that to grow, and suddenly you're getting everything that you desire. But you allow the tiniest seed of doubt to grow, you're getting everything you don't desire. Basically, ultimately. So it works either way. And to me, this number 5 here is the most important thing, is that you keep your mind set. That absolutely, this thing that I've decided that I want, it is mine. There is no alternative. And yes, there will be times when that very specific thing that you desired may not come through, but then you lose the faith. And so nothing that could have come through, because this is the thing you need to know. Because you have that relationship with Spirit, because you know you are connected, that or something better was always coming your way. Always. But the moment you lost, oh well, that didn't happen. It must mean that God is not for me, or something. You even lose the something better, because you've lost the energy around it, and so you don't even get the or something better that was coming your way. Honey, this will be the hardest thing you do, is to hold your mind firmly on what you don't even see yet. But isn't that what trust and faith is? Isn't that what it is? if it was easy to hold on to, well, if it was just, oh yeah, just believe in what you already see, wouldn't everybody have what they want already? No, you know, all the success, whether they call themselves spiritual or not, but practically I can't think of any successful person that wouldn't have held the vision of what they were creating in their mind. And this is it. Sometimes non-spiritual people are using spiritual principles and they're using those to prosper more than the spiritual people who are all worried about, oh, does God actually want me to have this? Or does spirit think I'm greedy? Or will somebody think I'm greedy? Or oh my gosh, and all of that kind of crazy stuff going on. Instead of recognizing that, honey, if you want something, you just need to set your mind like flint and refuse to accept anything less. Refuse to allow doubt to plant a seed in your mind, because it's within your control. You get to choose. And see, this is what happens. You think, I'm supposed to be cooking. I'm just talking. But this is it. I'm going to bring this to a close. But just to say, listen, number one, you need to know what you want. Number two, you need to have that relationship with spirit, whatever that means to you. You need to be cultivating a spiritual discipline. As a spiritual person, yeah, it's just a given, right? Number three, you need to decide that this is what you want for sure. Make that initial intention. This is it. This is what I'm believing for. Oh, sorry, finger up. Number four, you do what you know to do. You do all you know to do. Maybe even go above the call of duty that you know to do. Do more than other people are doing. Hey, Karen, thank you. Glad you're liking it. And number five, honey, you plant that seed of faith. And you don't let anything else, no weeds allowed, okay? No weeds allowed. Not even the slightest thought of negativity is allowed to stay in play in your mind. This will be the toughest thing, and it might even seem impossible, but you can do it. You just really need to want what you want to the exclusion of everything else, and just hold the faith until it comes about. Because this is what I can assure you. The thing you want or something better is coming to you. Keeping it real, man. I'm positive. Loving that. The thing you want or something better is coming to you. No doubt in my mind. There needs to be no doubt in your mind. So even if it seems as though the thing isn't coming, it's like people launching a program as well. You know, you get into the end, you've not made the sales you wanted to, and they start to lose hope. I've done this many times, so I know, man. You start to lose hope, you start to lose faith, and so you kind of start drawing back. You're doing less work because you're thinking, oh, what's the point? Nobody's going to buy this thing. If you just kept going to the end, who knows what could have happened? Who knows what could have happened, honeys? You need to hold the faith all the way through and then keep going. Keep going, because honey, this is a faith walk. I've written about this many times. This is a faith walk. It isn't oh, what do I see? Oh, let's react to everything I see kind of walk. No. If you want to keep everything you see, then yeah, you keep reacting. But if you want more, this is a faith walk. You have to start walking as though the things you cannot see are here. That is it. You need to start walking that way. So I'm going to start cooking now, so I probably should stop talking. This is it. Before I leave, one of the big issues that sometimes people face in holding on to the vision is just that feeling that they're not worthy, or they're not allowed, or there's something inherently wrong with them, and so how can somebody like them who's made so many mistakes and feel so bad inside? Well, you don't feel so bad inside. You just kind of feel, I don't deserve such amazing things. I'm okay the way I am, and all that stuff. I'm supposed to be cooking pasta, Karen. I'm cooking some pasta. I think it's pasta bolognese, except it's my version. So I try not to call them by official names because they may have started as a bolognese, but it may just end up being whatever Rosemary kind of concocts and puts together. Basically. As long as it tastes okay, the family will eat it. And that's, actually, I'm suddenly thinking, do I have tomatoes? That could be bad if I don't even have chopped tomatoes. That'd be interesting. But anyway, I'll work that one out in a minute. For now, let me conclude by inviting you to join me for the Self-Love Personal Transformation Project. We're going to be looking at this stuff. We're going to be looking at managing your mind. We're going to be looking at choosing to love who you are, choosing to deserve every single thing that you desire. choosing to have that relationship with spirit so that you are able to go forward with everything you want. I know, Karen, it's going to be crazy if I don't have tomatoes. Anyway, mom's taxi is coming next. I have to take one other daughter to her cheerleading class, so it may be that I have to stop at a shop somewhere to get some if I don't have any. I'm tempted to check right now, but I won't. You can laugh at me. The chance there's a part of me that thinks I don't have any, because I seem to remember opening the cupboard earlier today and saying, Rosemary, you need to get some tomatoes. And I have a feeling that I then forgot to get some tomatoes, even though I just went out. But anyway, we will work that one out in a second. I could almost write a book about the tragicness of my cooking. Either I'm burning rice or I'm doing something or the other. Yeah, well, you probably don't want my advice on cooking. Although, you know what? People used to come to my house because I was an awesome cook. I am an awesome cook. Except Nigerians probably don't like my food because they know what it's supposed to taste like. But for everybody else, what I cook tastes good, man. But yes, I like that you love my advice. Just don't take my advice on cooking. Don't take my advice on cooking, man. Okay? But anyway, yes, coming there. Self-love personal transformation project. You must join, okay? You must join. You need to go over to the page, rosemaryonlynight.com/self-love. You need to read the page, you need to listen to the videos, you need to do all that stuff and affirm to yourself that you know this is what you need to do next. Because you've been, trying hard to get things off the ground, trying to make things work, but for whatever reason, you keep not quite getting where you want to go, okay? You know you're called to make a difference in a bigger, a bolder way. You know you would like to create wealth online whilst actually living out the call in your life. Yay, you liked my page. Woohoo! Excellent. Invite others as well, man, or tag somebody into this. But this is it. You know you're born and called for more. So go over to rosemaryonlynight.com/self-love. We're going to be doing, all I need from you is 20 minutes a day. You know how I mentioned how I think it's critical that you develop a relationship with spirit, whatever that means to you, okay? You need to have that relationship where you're able to tap into intuition, where you always have access to that wisdom within you, and you always have that foundation of, yeah, I'm loved, man. But now we're trying to transform it from I'm loved to, well, I'm loved by spirit to I love myself as well, okay? As well, not instead of, but as well. Because as much as you may feel loved, if you don't think that you are worthy, you will not allow yourself to do some of the stuff you need to do in order to create the life that you absolutely want to create. So can I ask you right now to pop over to rosemaryonlynight.com/self-love and join in the program. We're starting on Wednesday, so you have the early bird discount thing happening till Wednesday, and after that it kind of goes up to its normal price, okay? But for right now, you get to join in. All I want from you is 20 minutes a day. I want you to get a notebook as well, because you're going to be doing some of the work with me where we're going to be digging deep into remembering who you are, reinventing the things that just really need reinventing, and ultimately realizing the vision that you want, okay? It's all explained on the page. Go and join in. It's rosemaryonlynight.com/self-love! Self-love! I'm doing my daughter. This is where my daughter gets it from. Every so often, my middle daughter, she suddenly randomly starts doing a dance. For no reason. Hey, Asir, how you doing? And I used to think, where did she get that from? I'm beginning to think either I'm getting it from her or she's getting it from me. One or the other. I'm going to say she got it from me. My crazy side. Yeah, it must be. Okay, anyway, guys, self-love. It's time to love yourself. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. So go and join in. It's rosemaryonlynight.com/self-love. Okay. This is what happens when I'm standing in my kitchen and I'm trying to avoid going to look at the cupboard to see if there's any tomatoes there. Really, that's what I'm doing. So I'll delay it as long as possible. Then I have to take my daughter out anyway, so I don't feel too bad about the fact that I forgot. So anyway, guys, rosemaryonlynight.com/self-love. Share. Cool. It'd be great to have you, Karen. Share. So tag somebody in, share it, take yourself over to the page, click on one of them buttons. There's even a super low installment plan, man. Super low installment plan. You need to go and see it, actually. There's a way for you to join in. I don't care what your financial circumstances are now. If you keep reacting based on those, you'll keep your financial circumstances. I hope you don't choose to do that. But whichever way, rosemaryonlynight.com/self-love. Go join in. Should I do another self-love dance? I think this is supposed to be my African dance. If you can see my butt, it's moving. But anyway, until the next, honey, go have a look, okay? Go have a look. Go read through the page, click on the buttons, you'll see what it is. I think it's super low. I think it's super low, but of course everybody's definition of super low may be different from mine. But I think, oh my gosh, I think it's crazy. Crazy low, okay? Okay then, until the next time, my honeys, it's time to fight for and to deliberately design the life you are born to live. Because you want to, because you want to, because you want to. Okay. Until the next time, my honeys, much love. Wish me the best as I go look for my tomatoes, okay? Much love, honeys. Much love.